Well, hello there, friends, all my reading buddies. Tonight is another special night. We are going to read another story. And the book we have, it looks like Randall has it way over here in the corner. And so, Randall, what book are we going to read tonight? Let me go see what he's picked out. Oh, it's Marathon Mouse, huh? All right, I'll bring it back. Okay. So Randall has picked Marathon Mouse. That is our book for tonight. Hello, Audrey. And Marathon Mouse is a book based on the New York City Marathon, which typically happens in, I think, the first weekend in November in New York City. But yeah, this book, I'll see if I can, we'll figure it out. This book is written by Amy Dixon and illustrated by Sam Denlinger. Okay. Published in 2012. Here we go. Every New York City mouse dreamed of living under the bridge between Brooklyn and Staten Island. There, they didn't have to dodge taxicabs or escape hungry sewer cats. And when they wanted to visit, the bustling city was just a hop, skip, and a scamper away. But there was one day each year that their life under the bridge was not so dreamy. These pages are kind of thick. Oh, I thought that was like a sticky note, but it's a flyer. Marathon Day. It only happened once a year, but Mama thought it was one day too many. All those feet running willy-nilly over the bridge, Mama exclaimed. Some mouse could be crushed. Most mice in New York City agreed that it was the worst day of the whole year. They would cower in corners, shrink into the shadows, and hole up in their homes. But there was one mouse who disagreed. And that was Mama's son, Preston. Preston dreamed of being a runner. Most nights before bed, he would read his Charlie Cheddarworth comics and think about how an ordinary mouse could do something extraordinary. School mouse by day, exterminator of evil by night, Charlie Cheddarworth used his super rodent speed to hunt down and defeat even the stickiest mouse traps. Who is that super rodent? A true hero! Just call me the Asiago Ace. Preston wanted to be extraordinary too. He'd drift off to sleep wearing his super cheddar cape, imagining the applause of the crowd as he crossed the finish line. Mice would make excellent marathoners, Preston told his family. We have twice as many legs. Mice, Pop argued, were not made to run. We scamper, we scurry, and sometimes we even scuttle, but we certainly do not run. His sisters Priscilla and Portia teased him about it. You run 26.2 miles? With those stubby little legs? What next? Climbing Mount Everest? Well, that wasn't very nice. So when Preston decided he was going to run in the New York City Marathon, he told no one. Secretly, he trained. He lifted weights. Looks like marshmallows. He stretched his legs. He even gave up his beloved marshmallows. And he ran. When Mama asked if he could scamper out and fetch supper, Preston ran. When Papa asked if he could scurry on up to the newspaper bin to get more padding for their nest, Preston ran. Each day he woke up before the rest of his family to run, and each day he would go a bit further. Preston ran and ran until the day of the marathon arrived. Preston loved waking up to the sounds of Marathon Day. Buses rumbled in from Midtown to drop off masses of runners. Trucks hummed as they waited to take the racers' gear to the finish line. Jackets swished as people tried to stay warm in the crisp fall air. Beep, beep, honk. There were hot pink, ocean blue, and green sneakers with yellow spots. He saw glittered soles, rainbow laces, and shoes that looked like socks. Usually, Preston listened to the ruckus tucked tightly in his nest, but this year was different. This year, he slipped out from underneath the bridge and lined up amid a sea of sneakers. Some mouse could be crushed, Mama's words cut into his thoughts. Preston could feel his breakfast swirling around in his belly. The feet surrounding him suddenly seemed to grow bigger. The shoes were no longer bright and beautiful. They just looked heavy. Terribly heavy. Preston jumped as the starting gun went off with a sharp crack. Through the speakers, a velvety voice began to croon about New York. The race had begun. Booming cheers filled the bridge. The bubbles rising up inside of Preston turned from fear to joy, and he ran. Give you a little up close of him running. His bib number is number 3. I wonder if he chose that bib number himself. For the first time, Preston felt wonderful. Although he did not expect flying hats, gloves, and shirts to fall from the sky, he quickly learned how to navigate the avalanche of sweaty cotton. At mile 5, another runner got quite a scare when he and Preston went for the same water cup. At mile 9, just when Preston was starting to get hungry, he found something that looked like a scrumptious marshmallow. The bag read, Professor Parsons Protein Power Puffs. It was definitely not a marshmallow. Miles 10 to 14 were a breeze. Up, 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 Preston ran into the quiet dark of mile 15. Ordinarily, Preston would have been frightened of what might be lurking in those shadows. A cat ready to pounce? A mousetrap ready to snap? But this was no ordinary day. As he flew across the Queensboro Bridge and burst out into the sunshine, he heard the roar of the crowd and he felt extraordinary. That feeling carried Preston for the next few miles. But as he approached Central Park, he started to stumble. His whole body ached. Maybe his father was right. Maybe he wasn't made to run. He didn't have super rodent speed like Charlie Cheddarworth. He just had ordinary mouse legs. He begged those legs to keep moving. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a runner, and I know what's happening to him right now. It's called the wall. Suddenly, he heard voices calling, Preston! He was sure his weary mind was playing tricks on him. Then he heard it again. Go, Preston! You can do it! There, perched on the root of a magnolia tree, was his family. As he ran, Portia handed him a cloth to wipe his brow and whispered, Run, Preston! Just run! So there's his family. It definitely helps to have some encouragement. Preston surged ahead. With legs numb and toes bruised, he soon crossed the finish line. Preston had barely caught his breath when he found himself being scooped up by a child. Look, she called, this mouse just ran the marathon. But with the clapping of hands and the clanking of cowbells, no one could hear her. She took the cape off of her superhero toy and wrapped it around Preston. A true hero, she said to him. With the cape streaming behind him, Preston ran off to find his family. Mama was the first to hug him tight, exclaiming, It's a miracle you made it out alive. Well, what do you know, Papa said. A mouse who can run. How extraordinary. Preston beamed. You are a super rodent, Priscilla laughed. Mount Everest, here we come. Mice would make excellent mountain climbers, Preston said. We have twice as many feet. Let's take our marathon champion home, Papa said. The Mouse family all helped lift an exhausted Preston onto Papa's back. And they ran. How cute is that? So they ran home. They probably had all the shortcuts though, and didn't have to actually go 26.2 miles. So, but that was sweet. Those families showed up to support him. But yeah, if you like this book, you can certainly go out and order a copy. It's Marathon Mouse by Amy Dixon, and it's Sky Pony Press. Or just go to, Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever. So I'm glad you liked that, Audrey. And anyone else, let me know, like if you're watching the replay, let me know if you're also a runner. I like to run. I haven't ran in a little while, but I do like to run, and this book is super cute. My friend Amy Dixon, she wrote it, and that is our book for this week. Oh, so we need to choose our book for next week. Does Randall have a book chosen? Let me go find out if Randall has a book chosen. Randall, did you pick a book out for us? You did? All right, so I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. Oh, is this the book? Let me ask him if this is the book he picked out. Is this the book? It is? Okay, I'm going to share everyone what it is for next week. This is another fun book. Okay, all the books are going to be fun because I'm in love with picture books. But this book is by Christie Dempsey, illustrated by Henry Cole. And it is Surfer Chick. So next week we're going to be reading about surfing on the ocean waves. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Have a lovely evening. Bye.